job skills. Now, today's session will be focusing on verbal aptitude, which is based on close passages. Now, let me make you understand what is this close passages. You'll be given a passage and you'll have to find the missing word or the appropriate word to fill up in the sentence or in the passage to make the passage a better understanding. Now, you can ask me a question of why close passages done. Close passages are done to make people to understand your vocabulary part. So that's the whole objective of this close passages. So let me get into the session where I can explain you the strategy in terms of picking up the appropriate word or the missing word in the sentence of the passage. Right. So as the in the first slide itself says, the one is the word that is missing in the slide, right? Fill in the blank, right? That's the word. So we'll discuss about what it is and how and where and why and when and who can use it, right? So how the strategy. Now, if you look at the picture, it says that the odd man is being picked, right? That's the odd man. I would say that that's the even man, right? Being picked from the group of people. So the idea of this strategy is to eliminate the words. For instance, you'll be given a multiple choices for this close passages. From these multiple choices, you will have to pick up the right word. Now let's look at the elimination technique. Now we have some technique, because ideally, if you're given 4 or 5 words to pick up the appropriate word for the missing word in the sentence or in the passage, we'll have to get into some elimination. The first elimination would be like, first we'll have to look at the structure of the sentence, right? Like we'll look at the structure of the sentence. So let's if that's the first thing. Second thing is we'll have to get the meaning of the sentence. Is it rightly fitting into the meaning of the sentence? The third one is to it's something which we commonly make it as a usage or the nuances of the words. So that's the third way of eliminating. First is the structure, next is the meaning of the sentence, and the third one is exactly using the common usage of the words, of the nuances of the words that's been commonly used. Now, the other way to eliminate also is to find a clue, right? You are given a sentence, you will have to find a clue. What is the clue it is given in this sentence which is preceding or succeeding the sentence? So the clue may be, it may be hidden in many sentences away. It is not necessary that it should be preceding or succeeding. It can also be away. So that's the way to, rightly get the appropriate word for the, close passage. And the final thing is that even, the 4 steps, you're not able to eliminate the words and pick up the appropriate word. The last one would be likely to look at the logical reasoning for that particular word. Now let's first let's see, like for instance, definition. Find out the best name. Now look out for definition statements or synonym restatements, right? For instance, it may be expensive to build a new bridge. The dash would be too high. So it may be expensive to build a new bridge. And we say find the best name, right? We are looking at the synonym. When it comes to expensive, we are talking about the money. The money would be too high. For instance, let me give you another example. There is no school in the summer. School ends sometime in June. It starts again in early September. Over the summer, most children have no school. They have dash. So if you look at it, the options are sports, exercise, vacation, classes, jobs. Now, which one would be the appropriate word to close up this particular sentence or the passage? Is it sports? No. Because is it exercise? No. Is it classes? No. It is jobs? No. So vacation is the right word, because if you look at when the school is closed, you are on a vacation. It clearly says there is no school in the summer. Okay, at the most, so what happens? It is a vacation time for the children. So that's the appropriate word for this particular. So you've got the synonym of that clue of the sentence. Now look at the action words. Now action word tells that someone is doing. Sometimes the missing word will be an action. For instance, what is happening in the text? Let's get into this. For instance, a sample. Sorry. Right. The next one would be action words. An action word tells that someone is doing, sometimes is doing. Sometimes a missing word will be an action for what is happening in the text. Example: jump, hop, hope, heal, smile. Now let's look at the example here. Now Ladita is limping. She was at gym class. She was swinging on a rope. Then she let go. She landed on her big toe. Maybe she dash it. She is going to see the nurse. It says fixed, dropped, helped, broke. Now, if you look at that, if you the clue here is the action is more about breaking. So the answer would be break. Now let's look at the next word, which is a descriptive word. Sometimes you will have to choose the word that best describes what is happening in the text. For instance, the descriptive word would be friendly, brave, kind, strange. So let's give an example, right? Many people visit Italy. It is filled with beautiful cities. Many people visit Italy. It is filled with beautiful cities. Some cities began during the Roman Empire. That seems they were built nearly 3,000 years ago. Italy is filled with dash cities. It says the options in front of you is big, strange, old, dirty. Right. The clue here is very simple. If you look at that, means they were built nearly 2,000 years ago. So the best description is that it is an old one. So that's the right answer. So the answer is Italy is filled with old, old. Next is the signal words, right? This strategy alerts you to words that cause change, sequence, or continuation, or cause. Examples: but, on the other hand, however, after, later, because. These are all signal words. For instance, let me give you an example. Like Marilyn Monroe was a great star. She was beautiful. She was rich. Movie fans loved her. Movie fans loved her. Yet she was dash. She felt no one cared for her. It says blonde, thin, smart, and unhappy. So unhappy is the word, right? Because it says that one thought she was a great star. She was beautiful. She was rich. Movie fans loved her. Yet, so the word yet would always be a negative, right? She was beautiful. She was rich. Fair enough. But she's at yet. So which means that ideally there is an opposite of this particular word. So which means that if you look at the opposite word here is unhappy, not cheerful or thin or smart or blonde. Now let's look at the other sample, which talks about the pronouns. Sometimes the clues to the missing words are pronouns. Be sure you know whom the pronoun is referring to, right? For instance, wool comes from sheep. People use wool to make the clothes they wear in winter. Sweaters made from wool protect people from the cold. It keeps them dash fresh, warm, clean, safe, neat. Right, let's look at the clue here, right? Wool comes from sheep. People use wool to make the clothes they wear in winter. Normally winters are supposed to be very cold. That's the truth, right? So sweaters made from wool protect people from the cold. So ideally, when we say that it should be, we should use something which is opposite to the cold, which the option in front of you is warm. It cannot be fresh, it cannot be clean, it cannot be safe, it cannot be neat. So the option, the right answer is warm, right? It keeps them warm, because the opposite of cold is warm, because that's the idea of the wool, right? And the idea of wearing the sweater is to keep people warm. Now let's look at the next word. Clues before the missing word. The clues that are needed to fill in the blank are sometimes before the missing word. Read carefully. Sample. Many people use coupons when they buy food, and time costs less when a coupon is used. It is a way to save dash. The options in front of you are stamps, money, cards, energy, souvenirs. Now look at this, because the idea is about, when we use coupons, the reason why we use coupons is that we try to reduce the money. So the option, or the right answer, is money is the right option. Hunt for known words. This is an emergency icon. When the text becomes difficult, you need to hunt for words you know to make an educated guess about the answer. So the idea is, we should know for the known words, right? So we'll have to look for the known words, and then it's about having an educated guess on the answer. For instance, let me give an example. My father is ill. The diagnosis supported by an electrocardiogram is acute myocardial infarction. Dad is in the hospital. I hope he will be dashed soon. So the options in front of you is smarter, married, home, hungry, rich. So many of you would say that which would be the answer. Many of you would be able to have got it, but I'm not too sure how many of you really got it. The right answer is home, because he is in the hospital, and I hope he will be. Dad is in the hospital, and I hope he will be home soon. Right. Right. Now look at the next option, right? In terms of picking up the right one. Read past the blank. The clues that are needed to complete the blank are often found past the blank. Reread beyond the blank. Locate the clues and complete the blank. Sample. Anna lived 1 mile from town. Most days she dashed there. She liked the exercise. Some days, if she was too cold, then she took her car. The options are drove, walked, shopped, ate, worked, right? Now, she says that, she liked the exercise. Some days, if it was too cold, then she took the car. So for me, it says that Anna lived 1 mile from town. Most days, she dashed there. She liked the exercise. Some days, it was too cold. For instance, when it is cold, she used to take the car. So ideally, which says that when she's not using the car, she used to walk, because she liked exercise, right? So let's get into some, sample things where you can talk about this close passages, where you can pick up the right words. Now, let's look at this particular passage, which is fill in each blank with the most suitable word from the box. Use each word once only. It's very clear. You can use only one appropriate word from the given number of words that is given, right? So let's look at the police caught a dash criminal early this morning. So what and all you have? You have acted, information, guilty, notorious, ransom, famous, pretended, wanted. What would be the right answer for this? Yes, a criminal cannot be famous. So he should be notorious, because criminals are notorious. So that's the opposite of famous is notorious. Somebody who is known for doing bad things or crimes are non-notorious. So police caught a notorious criminal this morning. Got it. First sentence is over. Let's see the next following sentence. The criminal known to the police as Hassan was dashed for many crimes. The criminal known to the police as Hassan was dashed for many crimes. So you have acted, information, guilty, notorious. You're already using ransom, famous, pretended, wanted. You look at the criminal known to the police as Hassan was dashed for many crimes. So which means that ideally wanted should be the answer, because he was known to the police. The crime was being known to the police, and he was more wanted for many crimes. So want is the right answer. Now, following the sentence, the police were given some vital dash from an unknown source. Look at this. The police were given some vital dash from an unknown source. You have acted, information, guilty, ransom, famous, pretended. So the options are there. So the right option would be like the police were given, right? They given, when you give something, when I'm saying I'm informing, right? I'm giving the knowledge. So the right option in front of you is information is the right answer. They then laid a trap for Hassan, which involved two detectives. The detectives dashed to be two wealthy businessmen. Now look at that. They then laid a trap for Hassan, which involved two detectives. The detectives dashed to be two wealthy businessmen. Now the options are acted, guilty, ransom, famous, pretended, right? They are saying that the detectives, they pretended, right? Because that's the trap. Trap is something that, you are trying to put somebody into a trap, somebody you're trying to put into a trouble, right? So that's the whole. So you need to try to pretend to be a wealthy businessman. So that's the right answer for it. Next, following sentence, when Hassan found out about them, he decided to stage a kidnap. When he had kidnapped the two detectives, he called and asked for a huge dash. Now look at the option, right? We have already said that, the options again, you have the options like acted, information already used, guilty, notorious use, ransom over, famous, pretended, wanted, right? So if you look at this, when he kidnapped the two detectives, he called and asked for a huge dash, right? So which means that ideally they are asking for something. So the answer is ransom, because for ransom you actually demand for a huge amount of money to release the person in captivity. Ideally they are held as a hostage or held in captivity in the person, right? That's so ransom is something that you give it in terms of exchanging the person who has been held in captivity. Now let's look at the next sentence. Penguins belong to a group of birds dash as flightless birds, right? Look at the options. Source, skin, unlike, called, freezing, very, feathers, known, right? Look at the penguins belong to a group of birds dash as flightless birds. So the option is source, skin, unlike, called, freezing, very, feathers, known, right? Penguins are known as flightless birds. That's the right answer, because if you look at, Salman Khan is one of the actor in Bollywood. He is also known as a Mako man. That's the other way to look at it, right? So that's a next is following sentence. Dash other birds. Penguin use their wings much like the way fish use their fins to move in water. Now this look at the options, right? It's source, skin, unlike, called, freezing, very, feathers, known. Dash other birds. Penguin use their wings much like the way fish use their fins, which means that it is not like the other birds. So unlike is the right answer, because the opposite of like is unlike, right? That is because it says that most of the birds use their feathers to fly, right? They don't they are flightless birds, but they use their wings to like the fishes to swim in the water. Now following sentence is penguins are Arctic animals. They are birds found in the coldest areas in the world. Although they lack the ability to fly, penguins can swim better than any other kind of birds. The dash on a penguin protect every part of its body except the beak and feet. Now the third blank of the question. What is that? No, here I'm able to see.
See the sharing screen once again. Unshare it and share it.
Now let's look at this, particular. Sorry, we went. Sorry, yeah. Let's look at the next close passage sentence. Trapped, timed, sorts, favorite, searching, hiding, playing, unconscious. Right, right. It was their dash came and they loved to play it at the yard near their home. Right. Look at the options. It was their dash game and they loved to play it at the yard near their home. So it is a game. So obviously, who plays the game, they loved it, because somebody who likes the game only plays it, right? So here, if you look at the option, It is trapped cannot come, types cannot come, sorts cannot come, searching cannot come, hiding cannot come, playing cannot come, unconscious cannot come. So the correct word for this missing sentence is favorite, because once you have a favorite game, you love to play the game. That's the right answer. They were all dash of wonderful places to hide. Right? There were all dash of wonderful places to hide. Look at the options: trapped, types, sorts, searching, hiding, playing, unconscious. They were all sorts, right? I'd say all sorts of people, all sorts of good places. So that's the right answer for this particular sentence. That day, the Tammy went to hide, and after counting 10 to 10, Mary went to look. Control F. Yeah, okay, so sorry. That day, Tammy went to hide, and after counting to 10, Mary went to look for her. But after dash for half an hour, right? If you look at Tammy went to hide, and after counting to 10, Mary went to look for her. But after dash for half an hour. So ideally, for half an hour, what happens? He looked for half an hour. So he was looking for half an hour is nothing but searching. So searching is the right answer for half an hour. For that particular sentence, Mary began to feel afraid. She ran off and told her mother. They searched together to no avail. Her mother then called the police, who searched the whole yard. They found Tammy dash in an old refrigerator. They found Tammy dash in an old refrigerator. What happens, when you keep yourself in an old refrigerator? So the options in front of us is trapped, tires, types, searching, hiding, playing, unconscious. The right answer would be unconscious, because ideally, if you stick yourself in a refrigerator, you become unconscious. The door had got stuck and she was dashed in there. Luckily for her, she found her in time. The door had got stuck and she was dashed in there. So ideally, she has become unconscious. The reason why she was unconscious was she was got stuck there. So the option, you don't have the word stuck. It is more about the right word for it is the option is trapped. Right. So these are the things that you can really take care when it comes to the closing passages. One is you'll have to find the structure of the words, and then you will have to find the meaning of the words. You'll have to find the clues of the words, which ideally makes you to do it. Word for it is the option is trapped. Right. So these are the things that you can really take care when it comes to the closing passages. One is you'll have to find. Do it. This session will be focusing on verbal aptitude, which is based on closed passages. Let me make you understand what is this closed passages. You'll be given a passage and you'll have to find the missing word or the appropriate word to fill up in the sentence or in the passage to make the passage a better understanding. Now you can ask me a question of why closed passages are done. Closed passages are done to make people to understand your vocabulary part. So that's the whole objective of this close.